Thank you for coming to watch Kung Fu Fanta. I'm your host, Mr. Nice, and today I'm going to be reacting on a reactor at Sports Wars, which is a YouTube channel, and the reactor, or the host on there, reacts to a lot of things that are going on in the sports world. In today's subject, what he touches on is a certain group, a hate group of people who are against Christian values or against the nuclear family, so to speak, is actually being honored at the Dodger Stadium today, the 16th of June, 2023. And it had a very low turnout. And with that low turnout, there was also a protest outside. Catholic Church was protesting with a lot of protesters about the event that hardly anybody inside the stadium actually came to see. And I'm going to let you go ahead and hear what he has to say. I'm also going to put the link to that video, so if you want to actually watch the live action of him speaking, what you're going to hear right now, and see the videos that he went ahead and displayed, just go ahead and go down into the description box, and click on that link. So I will warn you, he will be using a little bit of strong language. He's very animated, but what he's saying is the truth, and I would go ahead and recommend that you watch the full video. I'm not much into sports, but the thumbnail today caught me, and basically it's kind of big news. A lot of reactors are reacting on it in the US. I think everybody that is in Africa that's going to hear this reaction that I'm doing should be able to hear what he has to say. So again, he's using a little bit of strong language. If that's what you're not into, go ahead and turn this off, or make sure that your kids are not in the same room if you're not wearing headphones. So after that, I'll go ahead and give my reaction.
Over the last several years, we've seen so many of the sports leagues out there go full woke with virtue signaling, especially during the month of June. For Pride Month, where everybody has an LGBTQ Pride Night, invites all these different groups. Sometimes it's an all-age drag show, or sometimes, like with the Los Angeles Dodgers this year, they invite a group of people so degenerate, so evil, that it truly disgusts their fan base. The Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, an anti-Christian hate group full of trans drag queens. These degenerate freaks were invited by the Dodgers to come and receive an award tonight on Pride Night. Well, Dodgers fans and even some Major League Baseball players had a massive problem with that, and tonight was the night. Tonight was the night that they brought these people out there and honored them. And it didn't go so well. Although there was a massive crowd outside Dodger Stadium, thousands and thousands of people gathered to protest these freaks. Inside the stadium, it was a little bit different story. Dodger Stadium was nearly empty as the team honored the anti-Catholic hate group Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, and it looks like Savannah Hernandez was there in LA for this in the stadium. Of course, this is before the game, obviously. They decided to move it up to before the game so that as few people could realize that they were actually still going through with this, because the Dodgers have been embarrassed with all the backlash. But look at this from Savannah Hernandez. Dodger Stadium, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence are recognized for Pride Night to a mostly empty stadium. Two Dodgers fans nearby begin loudly booing after they're announced. Listen to this.
For their outstanding service to the LGBTQ plus community. Resulting Sister Unity and Sister Lydia.
Look at all the people out there that are there for Pride Night. These are the only fans, apparently, that wanted to go and watch this. This is the group of people you're pandering to when you do this degenerate shit. When you bring these people out there, these truly evil, disgusting, a hate group. That's what they are. They openly hate and mock Christians. Yet they get invited to Major League Baseball's Pride Night for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Just look at all the people that are gathered outside the stadium, though. Massive Christian groups arrived outside Dodger Stadium to protest the anti-Christian group.
Submit ourselves to your holy will, which is love and mercy itself. Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son.
Man, it certainly seems like a lot of people out there, well before the game. I mean, thousands of people are gathered to protest these freaks being honored. Now, what will the stadium exactly look like by game time? I'm not sure. Savannah Hernandez did follow up and say, I spoke to a member of guest services and asked if these people would be getting any more recognition or receive the Community Hero Award. He shared that as far as he knows, this announcement is all they'll be receiving, and we'll see no more of these freaks tonight. This is what you get, Dodger Stadium. You have decided to side with these freaks on Pride Night, on Pride Month, this woke activist virtue signaling bullshit. You've decided to do that and abandon so many people in your fan base. You deserve all the backlash that you're getting right now. Let me know what you think about them being honored in an empty stadium. Nobody wants to see this shit. Absolutely pathetic. People are fed up with the LGBTQ activism in sports. People only care about sports, not this shit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, you heard what he had to say, and unfortunately, this is something that goes on all the time now in America. Corporate America, the government, it's in our schools, being pushed on our children. Parents don't have the right anymore to say no to their children being taught. These people who are dressed up like this are in our schools in America, teaching our kids about this so-called lifestyle. And unfortunately, this has invaded our sports. Most people in America don't approve of this, believe it or not. Most people don't. A lot of people do, but most people do not. But the powers that be are forcing it down everybody's throat. So imagine this being in Africa. I paused on purpose. Imagine this being in Africa. Imagine somebody like President Ruto, who's already spoken against us. But imagine him just one day changing his mind and telling everybody in primary school, high school, and even the colleges in Kenya that they now have to support this. That all national sports have to support this. Imagine the problems that would cause. Imagine if this was pushed on our children, the type of homework they would bring home to be studying before, to turn into an assignment the next day at school. Imagine what's going on in their minds. Imagine what they're reading. If they have video and access to an online course, imagine what they're seeing and learning online. This is not good. This is not good at all. So what I'm saying here is, this is un-African, absolutely un-African, and it should not be tolerated whatsoever. The best thing to do is not to give it any power. And even though this man here in the United States at Sports Wars YouTube channel is talking about this, he's talking about it because it's already happening. It has already happened. And at this point in America, it's basically, in a lot of other places, because the governments, the corporations, the schools, they're all supporting it against what people really want, against what the taxpayers want, the majority of what taxpayers don't want. So imagine this happening in Africa. You don't get a choice of what your child is going to learn. You don't get a choice of deciding, I don't want to go to the company picnic. If you don't go to the company picnic, believe it or not, in the U.S., for certain functions that you don't even get paid for, some people get fired from their jobs because they don't agree to attend a picnic that might be celebrating something like this that you heard today. And that is something that is, I really don't like talking about the subject because it's perverted. It's a perversion in life. But at the same time, how do we preserve the sanctity of our children? How do we preserve culture? How do we say no to something that's being pushed upon us by corporate America or corporations anywhere in the world and the government backing it up? How do we protect ourselves? How do we protect all these things that we want to protect? I don't even have the words for it, really, to be honest with you. I really don't have the words for it. Coco Girl. Look at her on the screen. We've all been reacting on Coco Girl about her disrespecting Africans, about her disrespecting the children, exploiting children in her videos, being very rude to adults, especially to men. Okay? And you look at this band on her arm. She's also pushing that in Africa. And so it's not just about her, but that's just one example. How do we protect our culture? How do we protect our children from people like this? I totally back what Uganda has done, because other countries need to follow that. Because it's very important that we don't allow people who are perverted to come in spaces where they don't belong. And those spaces are our schools, from primary all the way up to university, our governments. Because I want to tell you right now, America is a mess. It's a hot mess. It really is. America is, this wasn't America 50 years ago. Seriously, it was not America 50 years ago, what we're seeing today. What you see in the news, what you read in the news, this was not America 50 years ago. So it was definitely a plan. People are being indoctrinated into doing things and agreeing to things that are not natural. And if you just say no, then you're considered a homophobe. No one's a homophobe. If they don't agree with what you're doing behind closed doors, they're not a homophobe. A homophobe is something entirely different, actually. It actually means somebody who has inclinations of being one of those people. That is actually what the true meaning of homophobe is. It's not somebody who is scared of those people. No, it's somebody who has inclinations of being one. I really didn't want to make this video, but I had to make this clear because this is a great example of what's going on at the Dodger Stadium with this event. People didn't show up because people are starting to push back. Now, are they going to be successful? No, but this was a success because if you watch his video and you watch the videos that he played, there was hardly anybody in that stadium. Hardly anybody at all. People are sick and tired of this. They are sick and tired of the perversion being pushed on them on a daily basis. You wake up in the morning, you turn on the news, there's perversion. When you come home from work, you turn on the news before you go to bed at night, there's almost always perversion. So why is perversion being pushed on the ordinary adult who doesn't even think about it, and the child who shouldn't be thinking about it? So go ahead and tell me what you think about what the guy had to say, or even what I had to say down in the comments. This is Mr. Nice. Thank you for watching Kung Fu Fanta, and I'm out.